Good morning, you are joining me on a very cold and crisp day in South Wales in 2024. It's like early January and it's finally stopped raining. So we've come out to do another walk on the miners list. Moel Penderyn this time, 371 metres, so a middling miner. And it's sort of in the Brecon Beacons National Park. It's between the highest point of the South Wales Valleys, Craigellyn, and then the Brecon Beacons Mountains. So it's got spectacular views, and we're also going to have a look at Dinas Rock and some other places. So we're currently walking this big gorge, and it's not a route I've taken before, so looking forward to seeing what it's like. And I'm also trying out a new camera, so we'll see how steady this is, and we'll see if the image quality is any good or not. It should be. But yeah, it is a nice day, and we've got a full day of walking ahead of us. This first walk is not very long, and hopefully it'll be a good one. Nearly 2 miles in now, so I don't think we're too far from the summit. It's been actually a really nice walk. If I'd just taken the sensible path up, it would have been the gentle kind of walk I'd imagined. So I'm feeling a little bit lethargic today, but we're now on a farmer's track, still a public right of way, and this is access land up here as well, so the whole hill is public access. And if you've heard of Penderyn before, it is the place where Penderyn distillery is, so if you like your whiskey, you've probably heard of it, probably drunk some of it. I'm not a fan of whiskey, so I've got no interest in it whatsoever, but you could walk the hill from the distillery if you wanted to mix it up with a bit of whiskey tasting. But we're not too far from the summit now. We've got nice views of the Brecon Beacons to my left, some of the sort of western side of it and towards the central side of it, and then over that way to my right we've got Craigellyn, the highest point of the South Wales coalfields at 600 metres, and that escarpment as well. So it is a nice hill. It's well positioned because it's the only lump around here for quite some distance. We've picked up a path that's gone along like a ridgeway, and it's taken us directly to the summit and the trig point, and completely different way to where I came last night. I came from completely the other side of the hill. So this has been a really nice unexpected route, because the main path kind of cuts on the bottom and then would take you back up the very end of the hill where I walked last time. But this walk is basically a little mini ridgeway walk along the kind of spine of the hill up to the trig point. It's been really pleasant. The weather isn't the best. I can see the tops of the beacons shrouded in a bit of cloud, especially the highest points, so Corn Deep, Penderyn. they're definitely hidden today. You won't get any views from up there. But then south into the valleys, you've got a lot of low-lying mist as well. So it's yeah, it's one of those days where it's got a little bit colder, but there's just been so much rain recently that the amount of moisture in the air is just everything feels boggy underfoot. The air just feels really damp. It has not been a good winter, and honestly 2023 was not a good year for walking in terms of weather. We had pretty much a washout of a summer, so hoping 2024 is going to be slightly better, and this is certainly a good walk to kick things off. So that's some of the western beacons, and the one in front now is Van Vaar with a cloud on it, and there's Gorndy Penderyn hidden in the cloud, and then that's down towards Penderyn and the quarry. So here we are at the trig point, 371 metres, not a big hill by any distance, but it is really by itself. You've got the head to the valley south, getting to the highest point, then dipping down to sort of a bit of flat land and open land. Then you've got the start of kind of moorland, which will gradually take you up to the central Bannerbrook Mountains, but in a very gradual way. So the views from the south looking north of the central mountains aren't very spectacular really, because the slope up to them is so gentle. When you're north of them, you're looking south, you get the north faces. They're the more impressive elements. So you don't really get any hill peaks before the central mountains. So this is quite rare in that we're in kind of the middle ground, and there's just one little hill there. So when you're looking at OS maps, Moel Penderyn really stands out because it's the only hill around here. The walk has been a good one. A bit of a false start, but it was good to see the gorge anyway, so that was well worth a walk. But yeah, the footpath back will be a lot easier, back to the car, a lot safer. But it has been a really decent little walk. The weather, yeah, it's quite grey, it's quite dull, it's a bit kind of, yeah, not the most inspiring days to be out and about. But yeah, you can't fault this walk. There is a pub not too far from here as well, the other side of this hill, so it is a pub you could combine with the walk. So you could definitely walk from where I started today to the trig point, down to the pub, which is not that far, and then back along the lower path, which I'm going to take back now. So it's definitely a good walk because you have got facilities at one end of it where you can get a drink, go to the toilet and stuff. But I'm not going to. I'm going to head back to the car and we're going to crack on somewhere else. But yeah, a good little walk. Just about approaching 3.3 miles now, so we're on the walk back. We have dropped right down to the main track, and we're going to follow that back, and we're going to pick up the point where we split off and walked up the little mini ridgeway. So I could have walked back the ridgeway very happily, great views from up there. I figured just for a bit of difference we'd drop down and walk on the farmer's track. It is a public right of way as well, so nice and stress-free walking today. So public footpaths and open access land, and yeah, down here it's just incredibly still. There's not a breath of wind. It feels very, very peaceful. Feels like everything's very much asleep, everything's hibernating, very little wildlife, just a couple of sheep knocking about. back to the junction which joins the main path, and if you took the other junction where I didn't take today, you'd end up on the 4 waterfalls walk. So that's why this first section is so well walked, because that's an extremely popular trail and 4 really nice waterfalls. So as we're nearly back to the car, I'll wrap the video up now. But obviously I'll just say as usual, the walkingkev.co.uk will have all the details of the tracks, all the other hills I've done, and lots of other walks in South Wales and beyond. So if you want to see exactly where I've been today, go and check that out. It'll be up in a week or so. Anyway, if you've made it this far, a huge thanks for watching as we're coming to the end of this miners series of videos. There's only a few more to go, and this year they're going to be doing a lot more, hopefully gear reviews and stuff, and back to some of the things I was originally doing on the channel. But obviously, in order to properly test hiking and camping gear, you've just got to get out and use it. So I've done a lot of walking over the last 12 months, around 1,300 miles. So I've got quite a few bits of equipment which I've used a lot, which I will give some reviews on. Anyway, massive thanks for watching as always, and I will catch you in the next one.